So you want to make money in crypto? Well, of course you do. So do I. And yes, there are many ways to do that. Sure, you could just buy the popular meme coin out there that has already pumped 18,000% this year. Hold it and hope it goes to the moon. And sure, you might get lucky, but there are other ways to make money in crypto. One of those is DeFi. Do not sleep on DeFi. There are great ways to make money in crypto through DeFi. One of those just got a lot easier today. Today's video is about this tweet here by Jito Sol. The time you've been waiting for is here. Jito restaking deposit caps have been fully removed. 24 hours you have to secure that stake. That's right. For 24 hours, there are no caps on Jito restaking. In this video, I'm going to explain what that means, why it's important, and why I've taken advantage of it, and why you might want to too. I'm Milton, and you're watching CryptoWise. Okay, guys, before I jump into Jito Sol, liquid staking, liquid restaking, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, CryptoWise is back in full force. Really appreciate all of you out there who have been watching the videos. And yes, you may have noticed that not only am I making videos, but we've got the Sui legend also making videos for us. He's been making great videos on Sui. And speaking of Sui, you may notice in my videos that I always show crypto bubbles, which is a great tool to follow the whole crypto market. It's been out there for a long time. And yes, it's something I use all the time. But now if I want to keep track of Sui only, there is a new game in town, and that is Sui Bubbles, fully dedicated to just the Sui network. Brand new, just launched. You should go follow them on X at Sui Bubbles. But also, if you go to suibubbles.com, they have this little thing up here, the airdrop button. All you do, click on that and sign up. It's free. But a cool thing that Sui Bubbles is doing, it's going to allow projects to airdrop to people who have signed up to that airdrop. So as Sui grows and communities want to reward people, they'll be able to airdrop to people who are on that form. So again, doesn't cost you anything. If you're into free money, you might want to sign up for that. More cool news, which I announced on X, is that I am part of a community takeover for We Are the Walrus. This is an OG Solana NFT collection that I've been a holder of from day one. I love this collection. If you're an old-time CryptoWiser, you might have remembered me talking about it. Well, it went through some very hard times, like many of the NFT collections on Solana, but I have said from day one that I'm going to be dedicated to it. So I joined a small group of other holders, and we're bringing it to Sui. I'll do a whole other video about it, but I'm very excited about it. If you're a Solana NFT holder, it's going to bring value to you, no extra cost. And if you're into Sui, we're bringing a very cool NFT collection to Sui. Lots of great plans for it. And again, it's a community takeover. We're not taking any profit for this. We're doing it for the holders of the existing We Are the Walrus. All profits are going into a treasury that will be controlled by the Walrus DAO immediately, which means anyone who has the NFT will be able to govern what happens with that treasury. All right, guys, let's jump into today's video. A lot to go through in a short amount of time. Solana DeFi. Guys, Trump is coming into office in a few days now. In my opinion, one of the things that is going to do the best because of this new administration is DeFi. DeFi is one of those things that has really been crushed by the non-regulation of the US government, and all the people who have been so anti-crypto in that government, they're going to be gone. One of the things that's going to help the most is DeFi, and I think people have been sleeping on this. I am going big on DeFi plays, especially in Solana, because a lot of exciting things are happening in Solana DeFi. And today's video is about one of the biggest things, I think, in all of Solana DeFi. So let's talk about what that is. Now, for those of you who are deep into crypto and you know all about liquid staking and all that stuff, you could skip ahead and go to the restaking section. But I know we also have a lot of new people to CryptoWise, so I'm just going to very quickly go through Solana liquid staking for you because it's an important concept to understand so that you can understand restaking. So proof of stake networks basically allow you to stake the network's token to help secure that network. And in return for staking those tokens, you get yield. Some of that yield comes from inflation, but most of it comes from the fees generated from the network, and they're redistributed to the stakers. Now, in the olden times, staking was pretty boring because basically you locked your tokens up, and then yes, you would rewards for that, which was great, but those tokens were locked. You couldn't touch them. And to unlock them usually took between 7 days to a month, depending on the network. And so you had all that money locked up and you couldn't do anything with it. And yes, you were getting some yield for that, but there had to be a better way. And of course there was. The better way is liquid staked tokens like Jito Staked Sol. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking a lot about Jito. Jito is the #1 liquid staking platform on Solana. If we go to DeFi Llama here, we go to chains, you'll see Ethereum still the king. You got TVL of almost 65 billion on Ethereum, but Solana has gained a lot of traction, especially in DeFi. It's got almost $9 billion locked now. More and more people are trusting Solana for DeFi, and there is a lot more innovation going on, in my opinion, on Solana for DeFi. And the #1 name in Solana DeFi, Jito. You go into Solana here on DeFi Llama, and #1, you've got $2.7 billion locked up. That is Solana locked into, and they're getting Jito Sol for that. That is a liquid staked token. That means that your staked Solana now can be liquid. So instead of you having to lock it up and it's there, you can't touch it, you have to take 7 days to unlock it, you can trade your Solana for Jito Solana, and that Jito Solana accumulates those rewards for staking, but it's a liquid token. You can use it in DeFi, you can trade it right away. You don't have to have your Solana locked anymore. And I remember when Jito first came out, okay, anytime any of these new DeFi applications come out, they're risky, you know? You don't know if they're going to totally work, especially after what happened to Luna, the collapse of Luna, and DeFi 2.0 in the last cycle, that ended up not working. But liquid staking is definitely something that is here for good. 14.5 million Solana has been locked in to Jito for the Jito Sol. People who have locked in are getting about 9.74% a year right now on that. And there are almost 150,000 holders of Jito Sol right now. So essentially what you do, if you want to do this, you go in here, you put your Solana in and you get Jito Sol back. For every Solana you put in, you'll get about 0.85 Jito Sol back. Why is that? Jito Sol is always going to be worth more than Solana. Remember, this is staked Sol. So all those rewards you're getting, it's getting accumulated into the price of Jito Sol. So whatever Sol's price is, right now it's at $189. Well, the Jito Sol is always going to be more. Right now it's at $15. And there are lots of good reasons to do this, not just because it's easier and you don't have to lock your tokens. That's obviously a very good reason for you personally to do it. And you get to keep custody of your funds. Usually when you lock up your Sol with a validator, you're locking it into their pool and you no longer have control over those funds while they're in there. But also on Solana, they have these things called MEV powered stake pools, which are proving to earn you even more yield. But it's also good for the network, okay? Using Jito Sol or any of the other liquid staking providers, I actually own most of them. I own Marinade and a few other ones, Jupiter's Sol, because I like to diversify. But honestly, the one I trust the most is Jito, and the one I have the most of is Jito. And it does help make Solana be more efficient. It helps decentralize Solana, and it's really helping encourage validators to redistribute those MEV rewards, those extra rewards to the holders. So how liquid staking works, essentially you deposit your Sol, you get Jito Sol, then Jito takes your Sol, it delegates it to MEV-enabled validators. Those validators auction off the block space and they receive the MEV rewards. These are then redistributed to the stake pool as extra APY, and then your Jito Sol accrues that MEV rewards in addition to the staking rewards. So that is liquid staking. But today I'm going to be talking about restaking. So think of liquid staking essentially as layer 1, or really layer 2, because Sol itself is layer 1, and then staking your Sol, getting the liquid token for that is layer 2. Restaking is like a layer 3. But before I go into that, I should mention that Jito also has a governance token that I'm invested in. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy it yourself, but I really like this as one of my altcoin plays. The JTO token allows you to be part of the Jito DAO. You can vote on the governance of Jito. I think Solana's going to do really well. I think the DeFi in Solana's going to do really well. Jito's the biggest name in DeFi. I think in terms of institutions now going to be able to come in thanks to the Trump administration. I think Solana is going to be the first place they go outside of Ethereum, and Jito is going to be that #1 name. So I think it could do really well. Since its launch last year, it's been up and down a little bit, but it's really been in this one range. It really hasn't done much. It's sitting at 200 now. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that Jito did have its own token, JT. That is different than the Jito Sol, which is just a tokenized representation of your staked Sol. Okay, so up until now, when they launched restaking, they capped the deposits. But today, for 24 hours only, they are opening that up. No cap for 24 hours. That's why it's important for me to do this video for you today and explain what restaking is. Okay, so I explained liquid staking. That's layer 2. Restaking, layer 3. You probably guessed it by now. And if you're in Ethereum already, you've heard of this term restaking. Eigenlayer is the biggest restaker on Ethereum. There are lots of other ones, but last year made a lot of news. Token finally came out. It really started this revolution around restaking. On Solana, Jito is doing it because they've come out with Jito restaking. Now, if you think of staking as basically putting your money in the bank and getting interest for that, it's taking that interest and doing a whole bunch of things with it to help secure other networks or secure DeFi applications. It's taking that interest and earning you more interest and more fees on it. So it's really giving you the best bang for your buck. So every Solana that you own, every Sol token that you own, you can get yield for staking, and then you can get extra yield for restaking. So if you go into Jito restaking, you'll see there are 3 vaults available right now. There's the KY Sol vault, the EZ Sol vault, and the Frag Sol vault. I'm going to walk through all 3 of these vaults. I'm going to tell you which ones I'm in and why I'm in them. But just to give you an overview of what you're getting when you restake. Remember, when you're staking and you're getting a liquid staked token, an L, and in this case, the Jito Sol is an LST, a liquid staked token. For restaking, you're getting a VRT, a vault staking token. If you go into any of these vaults, KY Sol vault, for example. Now, the wallet I have attached right now, I don't have any Jito Sol in it. So it's saying that I need that asset. And if you don't have Jito Sol, it will take you to the Jito page where you can put your Sol in and get Jito Sol. If you have Jito Sol, then you can go to the vault and trade your Jito Sol for KY Sol. So it's basically another layer. Same way you trade your Sol for Jito Sol, here you're trading Jito Sol for a restaked token, a VRT. So there's the KY Sol. This one is the one I'm using most right now. It's from Kairos. This is a decentralized DAO version of restaking utilizing Jito. So you can either do it through Jito or you can come here, do it right on Kairos. You can see you can trade your Jito for Kai Sol. The great thing why I like Kairos right now is 2 reasons. One, I'm an airdrop hunter, as I hope you are as well. Why not like free money? Now, these are things I would do normally. So that's the kind of airdrop hunter I am. I like to get my hands dirty in crypto. I do lots of things, and then I eventually get some airdrops for that. But I'm not going out of my way to use things I would never use just for an airdrop. But here, if you do use Kairos, you will become a villager, and it will show you, you will earn points and all that kind of stuff. They haven't said anything about an airdrop yet, but hint, hint, of course, it's going to happen. The other great thing about Kairos is they are integrated into DeFi already. So you can use Camino, which is a platform that I love. You can either just lend your Kai Sol out and you'll get a multiplier on your points, or you can add it to the pool with some Jito Sol, you get a little bit more, or you can use Sandglass, not a protocol I've ever used. You'll get a 2x multiplier on that. But you can see the TVL is only 26,000. So that one is, for me, I love Camino. That's the one I'm using. So right now you'll notice that the APYs actually aren't that much higher right now. This one is 9.59. I imagine these will go up as these restaking rewards become more and more optimized, but that's something to keep an eye out on. The other 2 ones available right now in the vaults are EZ Sol. Now, this one is from Renzo, and this is another name that also does Ethereum staking. This is one I'm not using, mostly because they've been around for a long time. A lot of people use Renzo for Ethereum staking, and they've been already kind of hunting that airdrop. So even though their APY is a little bit higher, I don't think the airdrop opportunity is as good here. So I'm not using them, but I am also doing the Fragmetric one, doing it less than Kairos, but I am trying this one as well, as I do think there will be an airdrop in this one, because as you can see in the app, there's a rewards section. Now, DeFi is still to be revealed. They're not integrated yet, which is one of the reasons why I'm leaning towards Kairos. Now, literally breaking news, guys. This is breaking news. As I admit, filming this, they've added a vault here in Jito, DZ Sol. So it looks like this is another Renzo vault, and this is representing a user's restaked Binance staked Sol. Very interesting. So this might have to do with Sanctum. This is something I've talked about on the channel before. Sanctum is a platform that allows anyone to create a liquid staked version of Sol, and we can see here's Binance's. So very interesting. Binance has their own version of a liquid, and now there is restaking for it. Very interesting. So those are the 4 vaults available now. You can see that the Binance one, hot off the press, just 2.7K in there. The rest of them have multi-millions. Anyway, guys, if you want to do this, time is a ticking. But if you are watching today's video and you're like, I'm not going to do this within the 24 hours, I wouldn't worry about it. The caps are going to be raised more and more as they work out the bugs and realize that this is all secure and as they're building this out. So it's something you should know about anyway. Basically, it's the ultimate way to milk the most out of every Sol token you have. Now you don't just have liquid staked tokens, you have restaked tokens. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, if you found it useful, smash that like button. Help us spread the word about CryptoWise. Make sure to check out Sui Bubbles. And of course, stay tuned for news about We Are the Walrus, the revival of We Are the Walrus moving to Sui. Make sure you're following We Are the Walrus at WAT Walrus. A bunch of us donating our time right now in this community takeover. As I said, none of the people in the community takeover group will be taking $1 from this. All profits will be going to create a Walrus DAO and do exciting things with that, which I will talk about in another video. Of course, make sure you're following me over on X at CryptoWise, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Until next time, I'm Milton, saying over and out.